Hi guys, Nadeja here. Welcome to my channel, Live and Align. If it's your first time here, welcome. If it's your first time here, welcome. Like, comment, and subscribe down below. Definitely want to hear your feedback. If you're returning to my channel, thank you so much for coming back. I appreciate you guys more than you know. Wanted to talk to you guys today about a topic that I don't really get into, like religion, too much on my channel, but I am very, very, I'll say spiritual. I have a relationship with God, with the Creator. In my life, I have been through a lot regarding religion and control and people trying to control based off of religion and using the Bible. I will say used to be because I no longer follow those very strict rules of being a Hebrew Israelite. I do observe the commands. However, there's a lot of variation within that, and I'll get into that another day. But today, I want to talk about some of the things that are stigma around being a believer in the Bible. I want to talk about drinking alcohol. Now, I've pretty much read through the whole Bible, and I have never seen where it was a sin to drink alcohol. After all, Jesus turned water into wine, right? In addition to that, I know that there are scriptures, and I'm going to go into those scriptures as well, where it says that don't be a drunkard, but you can drink alcohol. It also says in Proverbs to give strong drink to the person that's about to perish. And there's also a few other scriptures that talk about drinking. It doesn't say that it's a sin. It doesn't say that you're wrong to do it. It just says don't be a drunkard. Now, I just want to come on here because I feel like it's very important that, again, people are mindful that if you choose in your walk and your relationship with God, if you choose to drink alcohol occasionally, but other people might not, that's up to you. That's your walk. That's between you and the Creator. Now, when there's other people that decide not to, the problem that I have is when people start to try to tell you what to do. I used to be that way. I used to be the absolute worst pain in the behind, run you off with a scripture person that there was to be. That's why I know the Bible very well. And when people try to use scriptures on me that are not in the area, I used to battle. I used to be downtown North New Jersey with the Hebrew Israelites with the funny clothes on. I used to be down there with them handing out flyers. I was on the women's side of it. So I know the Bible very well, and I know a lot of the scriptures that they use to try to say that certain things are that are not. And I was in that very deep, and that's how I learned so much of the Bible. And then after a while, I learned and got a relationship with the Creator and understood that's not how it goes. A lot of the scriptures that were used were twisted, and they were not saying all of what they were saying that they were saying. And it wasn't until I had the scales removed from my eyes. They said people that didn't see it their way had the scales on their eyes. But when I had the scales removed from my eyes, and I asked God for understanding, and I started to learn what it really meant to have a relationship with the Creator, I no longer saw things the way that they were explaining it. It wasn't just one-sided. I learned that there were so many different ways to certain scriptures that were there. And it's just a stigma, I believe, and I've seen behind people that go to church and believe in God and say you can't drink alcohol. It's a gateway. I believe you can. All things in moderation, right? There's a scripture that says do all things in moderation. I believe you can drink alcohol. There are things that I believe you shouldn't do because your body is the temple of God and you should not defile it. Like, I got tattoos. I have tattoos. People say you're not supposed to do that. Okay, you don't do that. Everybody has to walk their own walk, right? So when it comes down to it, okay, you have to answer for yourself. When you leave here, in your body, your spirit leaves your body, and you have to stand before the Creator, you're going to answer for yourself and yourself only. And you should make sure that whatever you did, you were fully content, you were fully convicted in your own heart to or not to do it. That's all I really want to say about that. And when it comes down to it, it's not a sin to drink alcohol. Now, when people get carried away, I barely drink. I just don't. In my family, there's alcoholism, and I never thought it was cute or cool to get drunk or to be drinking a lot. I just never did. I have drank. Yes, I have drank, and there are some wines and some liquors. I like sweet drinks. But I have two wine racks in my house that have liquor in it. I have a wine rack in my bedroom. I don't drink like that. Those bottles have been there for forever, and they probably will be there for more time to come. I dated someone who drank a lot, and the only time we ran through the bottles that were in my house was when he came over, because he was like, "Oh, this looks good," and just popping them open, and then I would have a glass or two. But I felt he would overdo it. And even when he and I went our separate ways, he was drinking. If we hung out, he was drinking every time we hung out. If it was every day, he would drink 4 to 5 to 6 glasses or cups of liquor every night. I felt he was doing it, overdoing it, but that was his walk. And that's part of why we're not together. But it's not a sin, guys. If you choose to drink alcohol, it's not a sin. Now, if you talk about smoking, I haven't seen it in the Bible where you can't smoke either. Would I do it? No. Why? Because smoking restricts your blood vessels, and if you already have cholesterol going, and then your blood vessels are restricted, you can have some major health challenges, and you can even be unalived. You can even die, because if you already have cholesterol and your blood vessels are already full of this plaque, and then the smoking restricts that, now you literally don't have the blood flowing. And if the blood stops flowing in your body, you know what happens. So I would never smoke. I don't smoke. I barely drink. I might have a drink of wine occasionally. I don't drink hard liquor. I just don't. But I'm here to tell you guys that it's not a sin to drink. I haven't even seen in the Bible where it's a sin to smoke. I just get tired of religious people that want to browbeat you and make it seem like it's a sin to go into a tattoo shop, or it's a sin to go into a bar. It's a sin to do all these things. Like, stop it. It's not. I was the most religious pain in the behind person that you could have ever wanted to be around. I would tell you about yourself. I felt like I was trying to save everybody from their sins, and everybody had to go to heaven. So let me show you where in the Bible you're supposed to not be doing this, and you're not supposed to dress like that, and you're not supposed to eat that. You're not, even to this day, I don't eat shrimp, crab, or lobster, because I only eat foods out of the ocean that have fins and scales. I still follow the dietary law in Deuteronomy and Leviticus. I don't eat pork. My mom raised us not eating pork. She never showed us a Bible scripture. She just knew common sense and the fact that it's bad for you. If you look at that animal, it's a disgusting animal. You shouldn't. I'm never eating that, and I'm not giving it to my kids. To this day, I won't eat pork. I don't eat shrimp, crab, or lobster, because when my mom was diagnosed with high cholesterol many, many years ago, the first thing the doctor told her to stop eating was seafood. Those are bottom feeders. Look at a shrimp. Look at a crab. Look at a lobster. They look like roaches. They look disgusting. And many people that are Bible thumpers will be like, well, you can eat whatever you want. Eat whatever y'all want. Do what y'all want to do. I don't eat it. But at the same time, each person is convicted in their own heart and mind to do or not do a specific thing. Don't look down on me for what I do or don't do, and I'm going to leave you alone, I promise. Because my days of battling people with the Bible are over. I used to battle. I remember one time I worked in Jersey City, and I battled this Jehovah's Witness in the parking lot at my job. His name was, what was his name? Anthony? Whatever his name was. We stood in that parking lot going toe to toe for about an hour after work. I should have been at home chilling, and I was out in that parking lot going back and forth with him about scripture. And guess what? The funny thing is, and I'm about to wrap this up, the funny thing is, when people are like that, you don't sway anybody's heart. You don't convict anybody to be a better person or to follow God. If anything, y'all just walk away from each other, liking each other less, because of the fact that y'all just argued and battled, and maybe y'all said some things that weren't very nice, and it's just never a good thing. I promise you. It's just not. So let people live their life. If you feel like drinking is a sin, you don't drink. But don't come around there browbeating somebody else. If somebody wants to go into a bar, leave them alone. If somebody wants to smoke, leave them alone. I will tell them the health ramifications of smoking and drinking and what it can do for your body overall long term. But I wouldn't come at them like it's a sin, it's wicked, because it's not in the Bible. If anybody can show me where I'm wrong, please drop a comment, comment, and subscribe down below. Show me a comment, or show me in the comments where it's a sin to drink or it's a sin to smoke. I remember the Hebrew Israelites used to say there was a scripture, I think it was in Isaiah, where they said, put the branch to your nose or something like that. And they tried to say that was smoking. Alrighty. A lot of stuff, a lot of people try to say is one thing when it's not really that thing. A lot of people may feel they have insight to something, but walk your own walk. I'm the wrong person to try to tell what to do without the Bible, because I was the absolute worst. I burned so many bridges with friends and family because I just was horrible. And what I don't tolerate now is someone coming to me trying to tell me what to do. It won't be good. So I understand that people love God and people want to walk a certain walk and people want to help, and they feel like, I felt like I had to save the world. I felt like I had a mission. I felt like I had to help people understand who they were. And we were the real Jews in the Bible, and we had to make sure that we were, the real black people, or the lost tribes of Israel. And we have to come back to the law, statutes, and commandments of the Bible. We have to do that. We have to come back. And there were just so many things that were wrong with that. But I believed that, and I thought that it was a sin to drink. And it's not. It's not a sin to drink. It's not. You don't want to get drunk, though. And there are certain things that you don't want to do that damage your body. I would just say your body's a temple of the living God. And you definitely should make sure that you are taking care of that temple. All right, guys, thank you so much for your time. Like, comment, and subscribe down below. And if you have any comments or, questions, I would love to hear them. And I'm ready for your feedback. I really am. I don't battle people anymore about the Bible. So if you have an opinion and it differs from mine, I respect it. We each got to walk our own walk. All right, guys, we're all trying to seek his face and do the right thing. I know that. Whoever loves God is trying to seek his face and do the right thing. So make sure that you guys are mindful of that, and have grace and mercy on each other and yourself. All right, take care. Bye-bye.